Choson, a name that suggests the calm of morning, yet hides the iron of 1,000 years.
In Age of Empires 1, they are defined by discipline, a civilization built to stay, while others merely pass through. Around 400 BC, Gojoseon was not a machine of war, but a masterwork of bureaucracy and social order.
Their strength was rooted in advanced metallurgy. This dagger is the fingerprint of a resilient, lost civilization.
While neighbors expanded through blood, Choson invested in administration and the philosophy of the soul.
Knowledge was their primary currency. They understood that order is the only weapon that never dulls.
These megaliths mark the territory of a people who respected the hierarchy of history itself.
In the game, Choson's strength lies in their efficiency. In reality, literacy was their invisible shield.
By 300 BC, they had mastered iron, creating weapons that rivaled any empire in the East.
Jade, the symbol of a refined soul, and a civilization that chose restraint over ego.
Game grants their towers extra range, a digital nod to the superior fortification techniques of the peninsula. They learned that survival required structure. You do not outrun a storm. You build a house that can endure it.
Patience. The first and most difficult lesson of Choson history.
Every advancement was a measured step. Every move was calculated for continuity.
They were caretakers of their culture, skillfully navigating the treacherous tides of powerful neighbors. Surrounded by giants, they chose internal strength over external domination. In the game, their support units are exceptionally efficient, a tribute to a society that placed immense...
Caution was their greatest shield, but it came with a lingering cost. Protection was always the priority. The sword was only a last resort.
They watched the horizons of the sea as closely as the peaks of the mountains.
History remembers those who burn empires. It often forgets those who keep the fires of home burning.
The land was a heritage, not just a territory.
In the game, their swordsmen simply refused to fall. In history, the people were the same.
Order created peace. Peace created time. And time created a legacy.
The spirit of the land was their ultimate ally.
Resource management was an act of statecraft.
Quality over quantity. Resilience over rage.
Engineering for the sake of survival. Science served the defense of the realm.
The calm before the centuries of transformation.
In the digital world of AoE, Choson infantry are legendary for their health. They are the immovable wall. Historically, their defense was strategic. They used the terrain to bleed the enemy's ambition dry.
Choson engineers were pioneers, far ahead of their time in defensive technology.
While the game focuses on swords, history reveals their mastery of early gunpowder and metallurgy. Range that kept the invaders at a distance.
Internal stability was their real armor. A prosperous populace is a fortress in itself.
Restraint is the path to continuity.
Ethics used as a survival mechanism.
They chose to hold the line for over 2,000 years.
Ambition was replaced by adaptation. They absorbed the Han and emerged uniquely Korean. Guardians of the Gate. Watchers of the unknown.
Game rewards their faith with low-cost priests. History rewards their spirit with longevity.
They were the silent bridge between the island nations and the great mainland.
The soil was a sacred trust, never to be bartered away.
Reaching the peak of ancient metallurgy.
Too humble to be called an empire. Too strong to be called a colony.
Choosing continuity over the fire of expansion.
Their monument is not a palace of war, but a staircase to the heavens.
Survival through the cycles of the earth.
The authority of a system that refused to break.
Resilience is not the absence of damage, but the ability to carry it.
The iron in the blood. The ice in the veins.
The core of Choson was simplicity and sustenance. Outsmarting the enemy when outpowering them wasn't an option.
Strength that doesn't need to shout to be felt. Seeing the enemy, but seeing oneself first.
Technological balance achieved.
The heavy lifting of civilization.
Flexibility is the key to endurance.
Victory through being the last one standing.
Building for a future they would never see.
The world changed faster than Choson's philosophy. This is the tragedy of a lost civilization that didn't die, but transformed.
When the era of global empires demanded expansion, Choson chose to look inward.
Their system was perfect for a static world, but fragile in a global storm. The world remembers the conquerors. It often forgets the caretakers.
Did Choson truly disappear? Or did it become invisible to survive?
The legacy is in the language. The identity is in the blood.
They chose to endure by becoming a foundation for something larger.
Choson teaches us that power can build monuments, but restraint builds continuity.
A silent reminder of a strength that never needed to shout.
History is passed through the breath of the living.
The cycle of empires. A bird's eye view of endurance.
Order from the mud.
Shadow of Choson remains.
unlocking the secrets of the caretakers.
Tracing the invisible path.
The era of the morning calm comes to a close. The light of a lost civilization. Transformation is the ultimate survival. Feeling the pulse of history.
The faces change, but the spirit endures.
Small actions, eternal consequences.
A new morning for an old soul. Choson, the silent strength.
At ForgottenKingdomQuest, we search for the souls of civilizations that chose different paths.
Choson is not a story of failure, but a masterclass in survival through identity. Every lost civilization we explore gives us a piece of the puzzle of who we are today. Seeking the kingdoms that time tried to hide.
Chapter closes, but the investigation continues.
Join our expedition into the unknown.
Support the quest for truth. Many more mysteries await. I am your guide through the echoes of the past, and this